we have a market where the small mid caps are running very hard, and they have seen stellar returns. Many of the stocks might fundamentally be in overvalued zone, but nevertheless, we know that the market can remain irrational for a long time, right? Similar case can happen with the stock as well, where the valuations can remain irrational for a very long time. In such cases, the best way is to ride the momentum. So for that, we have an interesting case study today, and that is Cummins India. I believe that the momentum investors will find it very helpful. So when we look at Cummins India, it posted a stellar result yesterday, and due to which the stock is up today by almost 8%. So what our strike team has done is that we have given a recommended valuation parameter for the stock based on the industry or the sector it operates in. Okay, so for Cummins India specifically, PE and EV to EBITDA can be a good way to value this company. Okay, and when we look at the EV to EBITDA parameters, and when I choose the time frame which is max, I can see that the stock is trading at 2 standard deviation plus of its average. Now when the stock moves above the 2 standard deviation mark, that is plus 2 HD mark, that's where it indicates that it is getting into that overvalued zone. Okay, now I know this is on a trailing basis, and people may say that one may have to look at it on a forward basis. But what we have observed is that when the stock reaches into the 2 standard deviation plus mark, plus 2 HD mark, okay, and when the momentum starts losing on the upside, okay, that's where there can be a possibility that the stock could be around the peak, and that peak can be from a medium term perspective, or it can be a long term perspective, or it can be a peak from a long term perspective as well. And usually you would see that the stock or the industry will have cycles, and they will move from overvalued zone to undervalued zone, and once again they'll move to overvalued zone, and then again they'll come to the undervalued zone. So as you can see for Cummins, in 2014-15, that's where it entered the overvalued zone. Then in the next 5 years, due to pandemic, it entered into the undervalued zone, and now again it is coming back towards the overvalued zone, right? So the way to ride the momentum is that we combine it with the momentum indicator, which is our proprietary one, that is the Rohit momentum indicator. And to see that setup, you have to click on charts when you come to Cummins India. So for coming to the Cummins India page, at the global search you can type Cummins India. Okay, that's where you can come to this page, and once you come to this page, you can go to charts and you can click on strike valuation setup. Okay, now I have already prepared the studies over here so that it can save some time. So see, what I have done over here is that EV to EBITDA parameter is selected over here. Okay, and I have chosen the time frame which is max. Now what you see in the middle panel is the Rohit momentum setup. Okay, that is nothing but the RMI setup, which basically works as a momentum indicator. Okay, and what I have plotted over here is the 40-day exponential average, which you can see it is in the blue line. Now when I do some technical studies, I can see that the stock is coming towards the upper end of the channel, but imagine that you don't know technicals. In that case, it is very important for you to know that the stock follows the moving average very well, especially when it is in a trending market. Okay, and for a medium term reversal, what we look at is the 40-week exponential average, and that is something that I have plotted in this chart. Okay, so as you can see that the stock has been respecting the 40-week exponential average for a long time now. In fact, post pandemic, it has never broken the 40-week exponential average once it got above it, right? So now you can see that once the parameter has entered into an overvalued zone, okay, that's where it becomes more relevant to see if the upward momentum is losing or no. So in case of Cummins India, as you can see that the momentum indicator is in bullish zone. So there is no case of a momentum loss over here. Okay, but typically what we have observed is that once it enters into the overvalued zone and then the 40-day breaks, the 40-week exponential breaks, that is probably the time to cash out and book profit, and probably the dream run that the stock is in, that may come to an end and it can go through a good price or a time wise consolidation. So one such example that happened was in 2015. So like I had pointed out that in 2014 is where the stock went into this overvalued zone. Okay, so it was around this peak, and you can see that after that the blue line was held and it again made one more new high, right? So it is when this average got broken on the downside and also the momentum indicator which was on the bearish mode, these were all signs that probably the up move that we have seen in this stock, a multi-year up move that we have seen in this stock, that can probably come to an end, and it would be wise to stay away from such stocks, especially after hitting the overvalued zone. I hope you found this concept interesting, and I'm sure you will be eager to see the valuation for your stock. So for that you will have to log into Strike, that is web.strike.money, and create an account. If you still don't have, you will get a 7-day free trial. Thank you.